Ap 微积分 Ab 2019年真题，选择题88到90。
Okay, first please pause to have a look at this question. Based on the information in the question, we know that the formula for the average rate of change of f should be equal to this value minus f0 over 1.565 minus 0, which is equal to this number. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to find the expression of instantaneous rate of change of f to be equal to the derivative of fx, which is going to be the result like this. And then we're going to use the graphical calculator to set these two things to be equal. And the final result would be 3 different values of x. So that's why we have our final answer here to be option C. So first, please pause to have a look at this question. Okay, based on the information from the question, we can draw a graph like this. And we have 2 points, point A and point B here. So if we connect these 2 points and let the line AB to have an intersection with the line of x equals to 6, we're going to have a point C where its y value to be 21. The reason is that based on the coordinates of point A and point B, we know that as x increased by 1, the y value is going to be increasing by 3. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to focus on the shape of function gx. Since the first derivative of gx is larger than 0, it's going to be an increasing function. And second, the second derivative of gx is also greater than 0, which means the shape is going to be convex down or concave up. By comparing these two conditions, we are going to have the shape of gx to be something like this. By drawing another line across this shape of gx, we can tell the difference more clearly. So let's get back to the coordinates we have here. The graph of gx would be something like this. Since it crosses point A and B, what we can tell is that g6 would be larger than the y value of point C, which is corresponding to 21. In other words, g6 would be larger than 21. So that's why we have our final answer to be option B. Okay, first please pause to have a look at this question. And based on the information from the question, we know that x equal to 2 for the graph of g, which means the function value of fx is equal to 2. Because g and f, they are corresponding inverse functions, and the independent variable of g is equal to the dependent variable of f. And based on the information from the table, we know that when the function value of f is equal to 2, the corresponding value of x is equal to 3. Okay, again, since g is an inverse function of f, so here the corresponding function value of g would be equal to 3. They should be the same. Okay, so far for the question of tangent line of function g, we already have one specific point which has the x coordinates to be 2 and y coordinates to be 3. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to find the slope of function g. As we know, based on the definition of the derivative of inverse function, the derivative of g at this specific point would be equal to the reciprocal of its inverse function, which is fx at this specific point. And from the information of this table, we know that when x is equal to 3, the derivative of fx would be equal to 5. So that's why we have the result of 1 over 5 here. Finally, based on the point-slope form of a line, here we have the point to be 2, 3, and the slope to be 1 over 5. Then we're going to have our final result of the tangent line to be y minus 3 equals to the slope times x minus 2. And that's why we have our final result to be option C.